Përshëndetje dhe mirë se vini në këtë episod të ri, po dhe të veçantë për mua personalisht, pasi sot kam kënaqësinë të kem të ftuar një kolege farmaciste nga Franca, e cila do të ndaj disa pikpamje lidhur me përdorimin e shtesave ushqimore, dhe cilat janë trendet në Europë dhe sa i parafrohemi ne lidhur me edukimin që bëjmë. Shtesat ushqimore janë të shumta, prodhuesit janë të shumë, standardet e cilësisë janë të ndryshme, çfarë duhet kemi parasysh dhe si duhet i zgjedhim ato? Anne Marie do të na tregoj për pak në bisedën që do të bëjmë në vazhdim. Faleminderit që je sot këtu me ne dhe do ta zhvillojmë bisedën pak më ndryshe në anglisht për shkak se Anne Marie nuk di shqip. Anne Marie Bejjani, it's a pleasure for me to have you here today as a colleague and as a friend. For me, it's very important to share our opinions here today, even for the fact that you're not only a pharmacist, but you work in the biggest company in France that manufactures food supplements.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a real pleasure, and I look forward to discuss all about health supplements with you.
So nowadays that we are using lots of products in general, what is the importance of the consumer education regarding the usage of the food supplements, their quality, and everything else that is related to food supplements?
The thing is nowadays there's a lot of products in the food supplement market. So it's really important for us to educate the consumers on what kind of food supplement they should be taking for a certain indication, what kind of dosage they should be taking, the ingredients, as well as the combination between two food supplements. And it's also important to remember that food supplements do have an effect on your health. So you cannot take a bad quality supplement, you cannot combine several supplements. So it's really important to have an education on what to take, when, what kind of dosage, with which other supplements, and for which indication.
And nowadays, as you said, there are lots of food supplements companies manufacturing different food supplements, and sometimes if we are in the place of the clients, it's very difficult to choose. Nowadays, recently, what are the trends in France and in Europe in general? What are the consumers asking for?
In the food supplements, we noticed that the consumers are now asking for collagen. So a lot of collagen products, and they are also asking for slimming products, mainly the Morosil products, as well as products for everything related to sports. So for protein powder, whey powder. So these are the main trends that we are seeing right now in France and in Europe.
And the collagen, we have it here, is the very new product that you're manufacturing. I tried it before, it has very good taste. In general, we have lots of problems facing regarding the usage of drugs and food supplements in general. But it's a Latin phrase which says that it's better to prevent than to treat. But are we moving as a population or in general as professionals towards the prevention more, or the clients are looking for food supplements to prevent different health problems, or they go to the pharmacy and they buy a food supplement when they feel something is not going very well in their health?
Okay, so we noticed that after COVID, we noticed that consumers are moving towards the prevention. They want to prevent a certain stage that they are going to be at. For example, I'm going to take the example of the skin. They are preventing the wrinkles that they are going to have. For the hair, they are preventing the hair loss. For cardiac health, they are preventing cholesterol problems, for example. So yeah, they are moving towards prevention nowadays.
The food supplements are a lot in the markets. And if I would be in a place of a client, it would be very difficult to choose and what to evaluate in a product when we buy it. So for the ones that are hearing us now, what would be very important for them to take into account when they choose a food supplement?
When they choose a food supplement, they should be taking into account the quality. And how they can take into account the quality, they must research about the company. They must research what kind of company, what kind of product the company promotes, what kind of product it develops. And they can try also to trust the importer of the products, that they have other products, they provide you with quality products, meaning that they will also import quality products. So there's the two-way trust, the producer and the importer, the distributor as well.
Yes, during the trainings these days, for me it was very important to know that probiotics had an ID. and how can a consumer or a client detect this kind of ID in a product, so to be sure that there are done clinical trials to this product and that it is very, very good product to be used for the health. I'm taking into account probiotics because it's a trend of growing, as far as I've seen today in the trainings regarding the probiotics.
So when there's a manufacturer that has probiotics with clinical studies, they will always show them. They always make them be seen by the public. Either it's on their website or on their social media or on some tools that they developed that then you can see on stories. So they try always coming to make this clinical efficacy very visible for the people. So the consumer now, because since the social media is such a trend, they should be looking more into it, more into what kind of posts the company that produces probiotic posts, and they can compare and see that if they put in evidence the clinical studies, meaning that they are providing a quality product.
And if they want to use probiotic, what should take into account other than the manufacturer, not the dosage, the firm dosage, how long should it be used, something for the audience to be educated regarding the probiotics.
So if you want to take probiotics, it's really important to know that probiotics will going to be act in the intestine. So if therefore they will have to pass by the stomach and the acidity. You should also always be careful of enteric coated strains. If you see with a product with enteric coated strains, meaning that this product is going to attain the intestine and it's going to be effective there. If you have the best strains in the world and it's not enteric coated, it will never get to the intestine and it will not be effective. So this is a tip to notice when you want to buy probiotic. It should be meant enteric coated strain on the packaging.
And also what it was interesting to me is that a doctor that has done a presentation today regarding the probiotics. He said that it's a crime not to use probiotics, especially when you use antibiotics. And I wanted this to transmit to the audience because it's very important in our population to be educated to use antibiotics. And what it was very interesting is that not only the usage of the antibiotics during the probiotics during the antibiotics period, even after a month, you should use the probiotic, and this was something that I wanted to emphasize. If you would be a food supplement, which one you would be and why?
For the moment, I think I want to be a Francë product because it's a product that is full of vitality, full of energy, and this is the mindset that I'm in right now.
And so you have the positive energy that you have spread all these days, and so I think you're a Francë on yourself. For our audience, which is the population in Albania and in Kosovo, which are very related to the European trends, which is one advice that you should give to the audience to take into account in everyday healthcare?
In everyday healthcare, I know that social media is a huge trend right now, but don't believe everything they say on it. Trust social media and podcasts that give you scientific value because they will guide you in the direction that you should be going regarding every health trend that is now trending.
Anne Marie, thank you very much
for
this conversation. It was a really pleasure for me and I think for our audience to take some advice from you. Faleminderit që ishit me ne sot në këtë episod të shkurtër, të veçantë, por të rëndësishëm për mua, pasi ndava disa ide dhe problematika lidhur me përdorimin e suplementeve ushqimore që na bashkojnë të gjithëve, ashtu si në Francë, në Europë dhe në vendin tonë. Për ju që po ta dëgjoni tani, mos harroni që të jeni skeptik, të bëheni kurioz dhe të pyesni për çfarë do lloj gjëje që ju ofrohet. Mbani mend, shëndeti është një zgjedhje që e bëjmë çdo ditë. Paçi, shëndet.